Well, I always enjoy these contrasting trips where one day you're standing on top of the mountain in Vermont and next day you're in Florida. Welcome to University of Florida vlog. Now there is a thing about going to Florida in the winter. You know when you get off the plane and you get that breath of warm, humid air? It's just so good. As much as I enjoy winter activities, it is just something that you have to experience in the middle of the winter to kind of break it up in halves. So that's what I'm doing today. But I'm here not just for the air, right? I'm here for the actual conference. Last year on Social, it looked really awesome, so I wanted to attend it this year. Good morning, everyone. Beautiful day outside. I got a kind of a nice view over here, kind of dirty window, but the view is good. I'm ready to go. Had breakfast, had some rest. Let's head outside and go to the conference and see what that's about. Now, like with the other conferences, Fest and Legal Week, I know exactly what's gonna happen when. Here, I have no clue what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go and just figure things out, which is exactly why I'm here for.
There's a storm cloud in my head, and I try to look my best, but the music's always sad, and it's almost always bad. You're on every screen, on the tube, every magazine, and I wanna get out of here. If not now, then next year. I drove past your road last night. I sat by the wall where you shared your dreams, and I said nothing at all.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see every one of you here this morning at the 11th Annual University of Florida Levin College of Law eDiscovery Conference. It's great to have you all here. I also want to
Welcome again to the 11th Annual UF Law eDiscovery Conference. We first held this conference in April of 2013. From the beginning, we offered it both in person and virtual.
I wanna be a star on a TV show who always saves the day with seconds to go. And I wanna be somebody I don't know, and I want you to know me. 'Cause I want you to know me. I want you to know me. I want you to.
So one thing I really like about this conference is everything happens in one room. You get to pick a space and you have a desk, you can plug in your laptop and you can kind of be grounded there. You don't have to go to different rooms. And I feel like this is really nice for people that need to answer emails and monitor, have their laptop open so you could listen to what's going on and also do a little bit of work. So I really like that. All right, let's go back in.
So what am I gonna do? A boy like me wants to be someone like you. And all that bubble gum ain't sweeter than that. I'm gonna pay off all my debts and my voice, right hand on my chest. Hey man, you gotta really understand. I smoked on your road last night. I sat by the wall.
if you'll all please stay seated.
First half day is over, heading to get some lunch. Not sure where that is, kind of just following the crowd over there.
Be a dancer, I can't dance. I wanna be an astronaut, no chance. I wanna be the singer in a pop band, and I want you to know me. I wanna be the star on a TV show who always saves the day with seconds to go. And I wanna be somebody I don't know, and I want you to know me.
All right, man. We gotta do some videos. You ready to do some videos?
Yeah, sure.
Come over here. It's too bright over there. We gotta talk about VR. Come over here. Okay, the lighting is gonna be awesome. So you got Vision Pro, right?
I do have the Apple Vision Pro.
Pretty cool.
Very cool.
And you have these glasses.
Yes, Ray-Ban Meta.
Ray-Ban. So what do you think how would you contrast them? Because one allows you to see the real world
Yes.
and sort of have the assistant, right? They have these
Yeah.
glasses have like an assistant built in.
Hey Meta AI assistant. Yes.
So what can it do?
So it has a feature called Look and Tell Me.
So you can look at stuff and it'll
Yes.
Yeah.
So even though I don't have a visual overlay on my lenses,
Yeah.
I can say Look and Tell Me because it has the camera. It will take a photo of what I'm looking at, send the photo up to the internet, so a Google Lens type
analyzes
query.
it and then tells you
And tells
what it
you-
is through the speakers that are right
Yes.
there.
Speakers here.
So that's pretty
Camera
cool.
here. No overlay, but it's audio only, but it can
Yeah.
see. It's a multimodal AI.
Yeah. So what's your kind of impression comparing one versus the other? Like
Yeah, this is on one end of the spectrum where all you have is the real world,
Yeah.
but you have the auditory enhancement from AI,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Apple Vision Pro, you're fully enclosed,
Yeah.
but you do have a pass-through.
right, so you can still see the world. But
Yeah, it's a digitized version of the world. It's not like looking through a pair of clear lenses,
Yeah.
because the cameras are actually interpreting the real world for you.
Got it.
It's
got
a
it.
real-time feed of
Yeah.
the outside.
So which one would you prefer?
I like them both for different reasons.
All right.
And
There's
the
no
reason
one
why,
answer. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's because both the devices are on opposite ends of the spectrum, and what I can appreciate is one day the device is going to land in the middle, where it
Yeah.
has the computing power of the enclosed headset and the overlay, but the lightweight kind of. I don't want to call it fashionable. I mean, because it is a Ray-Ban collaboration, right? But
Yeah.
at least it's not something that stands out, that screams,
Yeah.
I'm wearing a headset.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, speaking of wearing a headset, did you get inside the Apple Vision Pro? Did you connect it to any forensic tools? Did you figure out what data you can extract from it?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So that's going to be a separate follow-up on that. All right. Because
right.
I'm sure there's going to be some interesting information that's stored there.
Oh, there is. Yeah,
There
there's
is,
going to be
yeah.
tons, and it's going to be a combination of what's on device,
Yeah.
what's on app on your mobile, because it's
Yeah.
still a lot of these headsets or these devices
they're
are
connected
still
to your
they're still
phones.
connected to the phone.
Yeah.
They're not completely standalone, and cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So by combining all three data sets, you get the comprehensive view
Yeah.
of the evidence.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Also, that's a very intimidating shirt. You really freaked out one of the presenters today. They're like, oh my God.
Not any presenter, the keynote presenter.
keynote presenter,
Judge
yes.
Xavier Rodriguez.
Yes, he was a little taken aback. He's like, oh my God, what's going on here?
Yeah. What are the international police doing here?
Yeah, so that was funny. All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Nick.
Let's go back in.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. We're 3/4 through the day. My brain's like overloaded with information. Just a lot of sessions back to back with very short breaks. So very informative, really good. Everything that's being said is pretty much spot on, except a couple of little things I want to point out. Now, these are kind of splitting hair kind of items, so not criticizing anybody, but and also I could be wrong too, so kind of my opinion here as well. So I want to point out a couple of things here that were mentioned just for clarity's sake, and maybe just to start an argument in the comments section. Why not? Okay, so the first thing that was said, RAG, retrieval augmented generation. What they said is that using RAG will eliminate hallucination. Now, RAG will not eliminate hallucination. I can't even speak. It will reduce it if combined with a quality prompt. So just because you're using RAG doesn't mean hallucinations will go away. You can have a terrible prompt and you can have all kinds of issues. So that's what I wanted to mention, is that RAG doesn't eliminate, but it reduces with a proper prompt. The other thing says that the RAG enables source citation. So it's kind of the other way around. RAG actually requires those sources because you need to give data into it in order to ask questions. It's not that by using RAG you're able to get at the sources. You're actually giving it the sources, which it points at back to you when it responds. So it's sort of the other way around. One thing I really appreciate is that everything starts and ends on time. It's just like Relativity Fest. Everything is perfectly timed. I absolutely hate when things run long or don't start on time. Just annoys me to no end. Here, everything is timed perfectly. Speaking of, I gotta get my butt back in there because they're about to start. And I don't want to be a rude person walking through while session is in progress. As you can guess, it's a happy hour time. I'm gonna avoid sticking my camera in everybody's face this time, just because I don't want to, and I'm just gonna go enjoy and drink and stuff. I'll make a time lapse and stuff, so yeah, you get the idea. Okay, I gotta go. All right, I have Maribel. Maribel, how you doing?
I'm doing
We
awesome.
finished with day one.
Day one is done.
So I just want to say how well everything is organized. What does it take to organize an event like that? Like prepare for it, you know?
Yes. So we spent 12 months. So as
Okay.
soon as this conference ends, we are getting feedback from all the speakers, all the attendees, the
Okay.
sponsors, the planning committee. We gather all that information. We gather the data.
Yes.
We analyze the data, and then we come back with what needs to get improved, what needs to be done,
Okay.
what topics the industry wants to hear about,
Right.
where are the people coming from, their backgrounds. All of that is gathered, and then we start to plan for the next conference. And we do that every year, and we take input from everybody. Our planning committee consists of people from academia, from
Yes.
vendors, from law firms, from corporations, from associations, and we put all of that data together with all of those individuals and start to plan on what are we hearing. And we
Got
also
it.
take feedback from other conferences, right? So we listen to what's happening in other conferences, and then we say, okay, how do we make sure that people have the practical information that they need to really be successful? And I think that's what differentiates us from other conferences.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I had a lot of fun today,
Yeah.
a lot of learning. My brain is hurting.
It's your first time.
It's my first time,
Yes.
and I'm looking forward to day number 2.
Yay!
Thank you.
And to coming back next year.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right.
If Michael over there approves.
We're
But
gonna get Michael to approve.
We'll work on that.
We're gonna work on it.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Day 1 is over.
How's over.
How's day 1 for
Oh,
you?
it's great.
It was great.
This is
so much information. My head's ready to explode.
yeah. It's one of those panels that even if you feel like you're tired after lunch, you still like get a second burst of energy.
Yeah.
I did anyway.
All right. Looking forward to day number 2. Are we in the right hotel? Is this it?
Um,
Oh, this is like a side entrance.
yeah. Good question though.
Good question.
Oh, normally we're on the other side.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was a side. I thought we were like at their own hotel. The bus took us. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It's day 2 of the conference, so we're not gonna waste any time. Downstairs, get some breakfast, and try to catch a shuttle so that I don't have to Uber. I got Bill Hamilton over here, so we're gonna sit down for a quick chat. Bill, thank you very much for joining me on this video.
Thrilled to be here.
It's a little early, so I am still finding my words, but I wanted to ask you, you're the organizer of this conference.
Right?
And I was telling Maribel earlier today how good of a job you're doing. One thing I really appreciate about conferences is being on time. Everything starts and ends exactly when it's supposed to. And I think you put in a lot of planning and effort into organizing that, so everything happens exactly right.
Well, thank you. We do that in large part because we plan the conference out for an extended period. We have a lot of information we want to communicate, and also we have 2,000, 3,000 people online.
Yeah.
So they're coming into various sessions, and not everybody online watches the entire conference because they're busy, things happen, and they have particular sessions they may be interested in.
Yeah.
So we want to start and end on time and keep it running in a consistent sort of way that we cover everything that we have in the conference to talk about.
Yeah, and I think being on time is the ultimate respect you give to other people. So, very quickly, how did this conference get started? Just to kind of talk about that a little bit.
I was a long time ago. I was a practicing lawyer for many, many years, and I had transferred from my law firm from Miami to Tampa, which is closer to Florida here, and this is where I went to law school. And e-discovery revolution had just broken in the States in the early 2000s, 2003, 2004, 2005. That was the era of the famous Zuba Lake series of cases, which was a cultural shock to the legal community in the United States. But I had been doing that for a couple of years just because of some big cases that I had involving lots of data. And I was doing winning the cases. They were getting great results for the clients. And I knew stuff that the opposing counsel didn't know. But it worried me because the process wasn't working as smoothly as it should. I was also concerned that students coming out of the law school weren't learning this.
Yeah.
So I approached the dean, and the dean basically asked me to teach as an adjunct. So I came up here for years teaching as an adjunct, and after a few years we said not only do our students need this information, but the community in general needs this information.
Yes.
We have a real revolution, if you will, a real inflection point in the litigation process.
Yes.
So we started this conference as an outreach and as a public service by the Levin College of Law for the larger, broader community, as well as our students, to increase e-discovery competence.
Yeah. I think the content is absolutely amazing. The way you curate it, you picked all the people. I mean, my brain is just exploding with all the information after the end of the day, which is actually great. So, yeah, thank you. This has been a pleasure. It's my first time here. We'll see how day 2 is gonna go.
Well, we're excited about day 2. We got some great presentations on day 2, and it's not just me. What I've been very lucky about is I've been able to gather people that are really interested in dedicating their time. All our speakers come here for free. We don't pay them. They're working for free. The university donates its time in this space we have available for free. We have wonderful sponsors that do help us cover some of the costs that we have, but this is a collective effort by a lot of wonderful people that are putting in their free time. I'm just, kind of the center of the spokes, everybody doing stuff.
I think when a group of passionate people gets together,
Yes.
that's when you see the real results.
Exactly, and people just start doing things spontaneously to make stuff happen, and it's just a joy. It really is.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Great talking to you.
Wait, if you want to, that won't do you no good. You're gonna hate to be the one who didn't do it when you could. You got to do the thing you don't want doing, even if it's gonna ruin what you had.
Park we have over here. Okay, Stephanie, I got Stephanie. Let's go find the
All right.
table. All right, here we are. This is a nice place to talk.
Yeah.
So Stephanie, your I keep forgetting the law firm name.
Core and Tillery. So
Yeah, I
like
don't
an
know.
apple core and I'm like fine.
Okay,
But,
Got it. Okay. So,
That's how I learned it.
so when I look at the website, one of the things it says is that you handle complex litigation, and I felt offended. My litigation is complex also. Well, no, that's probably not true, but that's what I was wondering. What does it
Yeah.
mean to handle complex litigation?
Yeah, and it's a term I will say when I first started, I had to look up myself. But there's a whole community of people that do complex litigation, and it's a couple different aspects. One, it's just the issues involved, the law involved, the legal side of it, and then on my side, it's the data sources.
Okay.
We have a database with 12 million documents right now in relativity. And it's, the number of parties involved. It's usually multiple firms on, being on the plaintiff side. We usually work with co-counsel a lot, or in these MDLs, there's all sorts of counsel involved. So it gets into all of that. And there's even a, complex litigation forum group on the plaintiff side where we all talk, because it's, there's just a lot of moving parts.
Okay, I never really heard of it, but
Yeah.
I'm a tech guy, right? I sit in
Sure.
a dark room and
Yep.
I get like one-on-one requests, do this, do that. But yeah, like if you think about coordinating between multiple parties, lots of different data sources, something I've dealt with,
Yeah.
we always have like, Slack and this and Teams and email data, and then someone produces you PDFs that are
Oh, you get everything. Yeah.
non-searchable with
Yep.
the text files. And was like, what is going on here?
Now that's universal, I think.
Yeah.
I think everybody hates the, here's a giant PDF that's 70 documents combined into one, but
Yeah,
that
that's
still
normal.
happens, yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't count as a complex.
That does not, no.
That's a normal litigation.
Correct,
All right,
yeah.
Stephanie, thank you very
Sure.
much.
Appreciate it. Let's
go
go.
back in.
Yeah.
Say the words you don't say and find the nerve to stop delaying happiness. It isn't on the world. Worry is gonna kill you. Don't let it win in the end. Find a love who can thrill you. Maybe you'll begin to.
Well, now that the lunch is over, let's talk about criticism of this morning's sessions. And you know what? I don't have any. Everything was actually great. I really enjoyed all the morning sessions. Everything was spot on. Loved Stephanie's discussion about QC and productions, the 24-hour delay she imposes so she could do her own QCs. That's something that I do as well. We have a time limit that we set to make sure we can run all the checks, run through all the saved searches, and make sure everything is good. And one of the things that salespeople will always try to kind of force you to do is they want you to impress clients with speed. And I always say, like, I don't want to impress anyone with speed. I would rather impress people with quality. And with that in mind, let's get back to some quality sessions back inside.
I'm walking through a dream. I'm walking through the finest place I've ever seen. Hey man, won't you wake me up? Said, hey man, won't you wake me up? I'm walking through the fire on the wall, burning up my desire. Hey man, won't you come give me a gun? Help me blow the lights right out of the sun. So won't you tell me if I'm dreaming? Oh no, I need to know just where I stand. Oh no, but it turns out.
Michael, we gotta get you in here. I gotta ask you.
Favorite session was the
okay.
first session on vendor pricing negotiations.
Yeah, that was a really good
I
one.
found that quite interesting. I'm gonna make sure my team especially my sales team, watches that video,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, available for the next 3 months. And the Hovo app. Big ups to the Hovo app.
Yeah, that app was very
good,
cool.
Good stuff. And
Overall
I think
impressions?
fabulous conference.
I enjoyed it very much.
One of my best ever conferences, I think.
I think we're gonna do it again next year.
Yeah, and if I'll come next year, I'll probably send the other team. But yeah, great stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. So they're doing speaker photos, so everyone's in there.
Hold what you got. Okay, relax, but don't move where you are.
Well, the conference is over, pictures were taken, and goodbyes have been said. I'm back at the hotel, and this is gonna be it for this vlog. There's some evening activities that may happen. Maybe we'll make it into a bonus footage, but whether that happens or not, thank you for joining me on this video. This was a great conference, really enjoyed it. Thank you all the organizers. It was awesome. I'll see you in the next video.